So you Pittsburgh Steelers are at it again this year with the cardiac style type of victories. Early midseason form for the Pittsburgh Steelers in preseason as they beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 16-15 this past Saturday in Jacksonville at TIAA Bank Stadium. And with that being said, Kenny Pickett only had a brief time on the field, and with that, he did much. And so we'll be breaking down his film today. You don't want to miss any of the content that we put out every day, so please hit that like and subscribe button. With that being said, right now I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you guys. We hit over 500 subscribers this past weekend. This has been an amazing ride, and I want to thank every single one of you guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, I encourage you to do so at this point. I do a weekly, 2 weekly lives, one on Saturday, and one after the game. I also do a daily segment Monday through Friday where I put out my opinion and we do film breakdowns similar to this episode today. Also, we do a couple of giveaways throughout the year. We'll be giving away some merch. I got some t-shirts coming out here pretty soon. But we also do some big ones. We had our big one already for the regular season. We gave away 2 tickets to a lucky subscriber back on July 4th. Alex, the winner, will be going and seeing the Pittsburgh Steelers play live against the New York Jets this coming October 2nd. And long story short, guys, I'm a season ticket holder, so my tickets are in the lower level in the end zone, so he'll be having a great view of the game. And the only thing he did was be a subscriber. We have another potential big giveaway at the end of the regular season, and that's if the Steelers host the playoff game. We're giving away 2 tickets to that playoff game. You don't want to miss out on that contest and the great content that we put out. So please hit that like and subscribe button and ring that notification bell. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers, and welcome to the Huddle. What a debut with the varsity team for Kenny Pickett. He was 6 for 7, which honestly should have been 6 for 6. The only incompletion that he had was on the spike, which was the only blemish on his near perfect, what should have been perfect rating. He was 6 for 7 for 76 yards and a 151.5 quarterback rating. Bravo did very well with the opportunity and the time that he had. Mike Tomlin came out after the game basically talking about how Kenny Pickett was only anticipated to play into the first half, was not anticipated to go into the second half. Mike Tomlin wished the Pittsburgh Steelers would have held on to the ball a little bit more to give Kenny Pickett that opportunity in the first half. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, and Kenny Pickett only got 2 drives. And on the first drive, it was a stall. It was stalled out with a holding penalty. And on that penalty that stalled out that drive, it was probably one of his better plays and really showed his his play this past game really showcased his abilities. Even in the short drive that he had, he played very well against the Seattle Seahawks in the first preseason game. But a lot of the criticism that was out there was it was against the third string defense and that he was playing a simplistic type of style of offense and wasn't pushing the ball down the field, and everything was very checked down and gave what the defense gave him. And in my response to that is, well, he needed to prove he could do that before he can show that or be given the opportunity to be given more complex offense. He showed that he was able to run the simplistic one and do it very effectively. So the Pittsburgh Steelers gave him the keys to the varsity, to the first team, to the Ferrari, so to speak. And he did well. Let's break down what he did and what the Steelers did well altogether and what they didn't. There are some concerns that we're going to see in this drive coming from the left guard position and also from the running back. So you don't want to miss it. Let's get into it. So this is the first play. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have out here in the outside in the X position is going to be Deontay Johnson. Right here at the left guard position in that battle is going to be Kendrick Green. In this drive, he's going to be the left guard for the entire drive. Pat Freiermuth lined up as a tight end, Benny Snell at the running back position, Kenny Pickett as a quarterback, and out at the Z position is going to be George Pickens. So in this play, we have a man defense, And Kenny Pickett notices this. And one of the things that I really like about what we see in this play is how decisive Kenny Pickett is with this play. He's throwing the ball in the right spot when the opening happens, when the hole opens, and he's hitting the receiver in stride. The accuracy, the everything about this play is amazing. Let's look at it. So, and as always, I have the game slowed down so we can see what's going on. So right here, Kenny Pickett realizes and recognizes that the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing in a man, and that this middle linebacker right here has Benny Snell. Now, so as soon as the ball is snapped, Kenny Pickett scans, he reads, and he sees that they're playing man. He sees this middle linebacker is going to be um, going towards the running back and is going to be covering the running back. That's going to leave an opening right here in the soft cover two. What the safeties are playing in the back, and it's going to allow Deontay Johnson to cut inward and be open right into that hole in the coverage right there. And let's back it up just a little bit. I mean, well, let's watch it. It's hitting him right in stride, right as that hole is opening up. But one thing that you have to love is if you look at this play right here, Kenny Pickett's already throwing the ball. He's already halfway in his motion. The middle linebacker is still barely breaking out towards his running back. He's seeing this happen well before as the play is developing, before the play is developing, my bad. And he's able to see what's going on and is making a decisive throw and the right throw and the right choice based on the defense that the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing. Bravo to Kenny Pickett on this play. I really like what he did. It was impressive. I think that, like I said, in the last game, a lot of the criticism was that he wasn't pushing the ball down the field. Right there, he pushed the ball down the field in the open area and kind of close to the seams. Something that Mason Rudolph or Ben Roethlisberger last year really wasn't doing. Everything was always outside. So on the next play, what we're going to see is the defense playing in a zone and again, this is also like vanilla soft cover two zone, and Kenny Pickett's going to feel some pressure. Kendrick Green kind of messes up right away. We'll show you that, and he has pressure in his face, and he's able to read and find the right route and read under pressure and throw an accurate ball to the wide open receiver. This is something that is happening very quick. Again, I have slowed down the footage so that way we can see what is going on. So in this lineup here, we have Deontay Johnson up top in the X position. We have Gunnar Olszewski still playing the slot, and George Pickens at the bottom in the Z. You're going to see in here in the inside. This is basically the same formation as the previous play, just flipped, and you'll see Pat Fryermuth as the tight end on the inside going for a pass. As you see right here, let's take it back. To keep your eye right here in the left guard position with Kenny Green. He's just going to get swum over. This interior defensive lineman here is just going to do a swim move on him and just whiff right by him and apply pressure extremely quickly on Kenny Pickett. And there it is. I mean, again, this is slowed down. Kenny Pickett feels the pressure, knows that the dump off is going to be there. He knows that Pat Fryermuth is going to be open in the soft cover too. And he's got him there for a few yards. Very, very positive thing to see. This is also the play where he got up and he had his he was shaking his shoulder a little bit. So on this next play here, have a little bit different setup. You have Gunner. We have Gunner up at the top in the slot. You have George Pickens closer in, and Pat Fryermuth bunched together in a trips look. You have Deontay Johnson at the bottom. Now, what's going to happen here, and this is also one of the concerning parts, is you're going to have an overload blitz on the right side of the defense, on the left side of the offense, and you're going to see five defenders come in. four on the left side of the offense. Two rushers are going to come in, and Benny Snell just doesn't do his job. You know, when I first saw this play initially, I thought it was like an all-out blitz, and Kenny Pickett just kind of threw the ball, to the first person that he saw, and it just so happened to be open because it was an all-out. But this ended up not being the case. It was an overload. It was two onside, but it was only five defenders. It wasn't six or anything crazy. And so Kenny Pickett, one of the great things about this play is Kenny, and this is probably in my opinion one of the better plays that he had, was that he read the blitz, he saw the blitz coming, and he was able to see the open guy and deliver a pass while the running back just completely freezes and whiffs on his assignment there, and still hits Freiermuth down the field at this in the seams and for a large gain. Let's watch the play. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive rushers coming in. You have four coming in on the from the center onward, so it's an overload blitz on the left side of the offense. Actually isn't picked up too bad right here. Benny Snell needs to pick up this interior guy, and he completely, not only does he miss his assignment, but he doesn't even get the guy that Moore is getting beat on as well. And there's another view of it, but look at that pass. Let's rewind this a little bit. So he's about to get blown up and delivers a strike to Pat Freiermuth in the open hole. Now this, I believe, is like a cover three type of look where they have three defensive backs playing deep zone, and there's an opening right around right here. And well, you'll see it, but you can see right here also Benny Snell just kind of go in between them, lets this guy hit him. Like, that's his guy. This is who he's supposed to be blocking, number 48 for Jacksonville. He just passes him and doesn't block anyone. But look at the. Let's go back a little bit. So with the pressure in his face, this linebacker here, number 54, came from the left side. So as the ball is hiked, he comes all over from the left to cover up for this blitzing linebacker, number 48. And Kenny Pickett places the ball right in this open hole area, right where the tight end is going and right on stride, right where he needs to be, gives him an opportunity to make more yards down the field. And we'll watch it, without interruption. So on this next play that we're going to look at is going to be, in my opinion, or what I say is the first touchdown of the drive. Now, it was called back because of a hold by Dan Moore. However, it was either Dan Moore held or Kenny Pickett's going to get blown up. Now, the only reason, or not the only reason, but the big reason why Dan Moore gets really beat on this is because the edge rusher is offsides. There's a penalty. It ends up being offsetting penalties, and which ended up having the play being done over again. But in this scenario, or in this play, had the the outside defensive rusher non-gone offsides. I anticipate Dan Moore can hold the block long enough for Kenny Pickett to make this throw. There's no penalty on either team, and this is going to be a touchdown. So outside of the Dan Moore situation that's happening on the outside there and the outside of the line, Kenny Pickett ran this play and threw this play right where it needed to be, threw the ball where it needed to be, and again chose the right route. Now, what we'll see here in this play is going to be a man coverage. And when Kenny Pickett recognizes man and he sees the back of the cornerback turned away from him and he sees Deontay Johnson on one-on-one coverage, he does his best Ben Roethlisberger impersonation and throws it straight to the one-on-one to Deontay Johnson and lets his playmaker do his thing. And sure enough, it was a successful play. Let's get into it. So up here at the top, you have Deontay Johnson. You have, I believe that's Benny Snell in the inside here. You have Pat Fryermuth playing tight end, Gunnar Olszewski in the slot, and George Pickens at the bottom. Kenny Pickett is the sole person in the backfield. So as you can see, the defense is playing a press style, man-to-man, one safety over the top defense. Kenny Pickett realizes that, recognizes this. There's the offsides. There's the hold. And lets Deontay Johnson do his thing. Now I'm going to get a better angle of this here in the next play. So you can see there's the penalty there. You can see here at the top, Kenny Pickett he sees that this is man, knows that the safety is way in the middle here. And, that cornerback has his back to Kenny Pickett. So on a one-on-one situation with Deontay Johnson, where the cornerback has his back to the quarterback, this is a throw to that direction 100% of the time, and let your playmaker do his thing. By the time the cornerback turns around, the ball is up, it's high. He's not going to find it, and allows Deontay Johnson to make a play. And let's watch that over again. And we'll watch this just with no interruption. Now, in this last play of the drive is the one that counted as far as the touchdown pass goes. Here you can see where basically Kenny Pickett recognizes that the Jacksonville Jaguars are playing a similar defense again. They're playing man. He realizes that the linebacker is going to be out of position and makes the right decisive throw to Benny Snell, and an accurate throw that allowed him to be able to get to the pylon. Had the ball been placed anywhere else, Benny Snell's probably getting tackled before the end zone, and then the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be having to, time's running out. This is close to the end of the half. It potentially could be a different outcome at this point. But look at the accuracy, the decisiveness, and basically the development of the play and how Kenny Pickett sees it. Let's get into it. So in this play, they have the Steelers have a 2 tight end set. We have Pat Fryermuth out here. We have another tight end here. I believe that's Gentry. Benny Snell in the backfield. Kenny Pickett's in a shotgun set. We have George Pickens playing the slot on the right side, and we have Deontay Johnson on the outside here. And I believe it's 48, is covering Benny Snell. Kenny Pickett's going to recognize the man and recognize that the middle linebacker is out of position and throws the decisive ball in an accurate place. Let's watch it. So George Pickens goes into motion. This cornerback follows him. Kind of indication telling Kenny Pickett that this is going to be a man. Sees the right here, the way this play is designed to muddle up this area and make it difficult for this linebacker to get to the running back. And these guys did this play perfectly, these tight ends. Let's rewatch that part. Just give them enough time or enough hesitation to allow Benny Snell to get to where he needed to get. Let's watch this again. So as you can see, perfect placement of the ball on his outside. So even if he does get hit, he's protected from the linebacker, and it's in a position where Benny Snell can then make his attempt to the end zone. And a good effort by Benny Snell. Power running. He could have gotten tackled. It was you can't take that away from him as well. That was a good effort, especially after blowing that blocking assignment on the pass earlier. So he made up for it there, so to speak. He is Benny Snell. He does very well usually does very well against, in the blocking situations and in special teams. He's not going to be perfect. He's not 100% all the time. I just don't like how he froze in that scenario, but, makes it up here with the effort, catches the ball, and, drags a defender across towards the pylon. So good effort on that end. But overall, when it comes to Kenny Pickett, I loved what I saw. I love the decisiveness. I love the decision making that he had. I think he did fairly well. Let me know in the comment section. Do you guys think that he should be the QB1? Do you think he should play in the next preseason game? Last season, as you guys can remember, last year, the last preseason game was the Dwayne Haskins game where he played pretty much the entire game. And the first two quarterbacks, which is Ben Roethlisberger and Mason Rudolph, were benched in that last game. If the Steelers go and follow the same agenda or go by the same calendar, so to speak, then we can anticipate the first two quarterbacks not playing. And if Kenny Pickett has surpassed Mason Rudolph in the depth chart, this may be the last time we see Kenny Pickett until he either takes the field for Mitch Trubisky, whether it be due to play or injury. And if Mitch Trubisky has a healthy season and plays fairly well throughout the season and is that, day one QB1, this might be the last time we saw Kenny Pickett for this season. And it's leaving him on a good note. It's just, I would wish we could see more of him. And I think, in my opinion, he passes the eye test. He's got the it factor. He's not shaken. He's making decisive, accurate throws under pressure. I think he has the opportunity to be the QB1, and I hope that he gets that opportunity. Let me know in the comment section. Should be he given the opportunity, or should he be, take a seat in the behind Mitch and take a year to learn, go down the Patrick Mahomes plan, so to speak. Let me know in the comment section. Also, guys, I'll probably be breaking down a little bit more film on Kendrick Green and Kevin Dotson battle later on this week. And I also want to break down some Devin Bush film. Also, tomorrow, guys, we'll be having Britsburg Owen on the show, kind of recapping the game and getting his opinion on everything. So you don't want to miss any of that content. So please hit that like and subscribe button. And after that, ring that notification bell. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers. Peace.